we saved lives. People watching their kids get married thanks to paramedics. I had another Christmas thanks to paramedics. That means something. They should be rewarded and have those credits move forward in their educational career. As I was laying on the floor, recovering, then 9/11 happened and I joined the fire department. I got a lot of chiefs and captains that I've taught over the last 30 years. My current chief was my student, and he is currently my chief at the Bureau of Training. When I first started, I had to call for medics if I wanted a butyl. Some of them quit after the first day. They realized this is a lot. I'm okay with that. And people respect you when you make a mistake and you say, I'm sorry, and you correct it. Just because you don't like the truth doesn't mean it's not the truth. It means you don't like it. Start becoming a little more comfortable with some silence. Sometimes you just need a quiet moment to yourself. And I enjoy my silence. That would be a skill in itself. There's two ways to make money in this world: from the neck up or from the neck down. Currently an EMT for the city of New York. I work for the fire department as an instructor at Fort Todd at the EMS Academy. I took my EMT class, my first original class, in '93, so 30 years ago. I started teaching right after I graduated. The instructor saw I had a natural ability and that I was able to relate the material to my classmates. So I started my internship as an instructor right after I finished my original class. I was teaching for 10 years before I joined the fire department. I was teaching here at BMCC for 4 to 5 years of that. LaGuardia College, I also taught for them. Modern Health Resources. Then 9/11 happened and I joined the fire department, and I've been with them 20 years now. So I have 30 years of teaching experience. This is not an easy field, and it's okay if you don't get it. You know, you can keep trying. I've had students take the class twice and finally got it and found it a very worthwhile and rewarding career. I've had students that have taken the class twice and haven't passed and try to take it again, and I tell them, you may be losing out on a different opportunity in your life, you know, thinking that this is what you want to do. So if you're coming into this, you need to be open that it might not be for you, but if it is, it's very rewarding and you'll have a lot of fun and you meet really great people. You just have to be a patient person. You know, you need to have the patience, but you need to be able to treat your patient and talk to them. Well, I worked here at BMCC for about 4 or 5 years. I left in 2006, so a lot has changed. Megan Williams now runs the program. I find her to be an exceptional person. I think she's very well organized. So I noticed that everything is where it's supposed to be compared to where it wasn't back then. So I think the best part about coming back to work at BMCC is that I feel comfortable that everything is where it's supposed to be. Even though I did bring my own paperwork just in case, but it's a habit. So it may be a habit she'll be able to break me out of. I was a truck driver. I drove from New York to California. I drove 18-wheelers. And then I took a job as a warehouse man for a company, and I hurt my back. And as I was laying on the floor, recovering, I saw something on TV, and the guy said, there's two ways to make money in this world: from the neck up or from the neck down. And from the neck down wasn't working for me. So I saw somebody who was an EMT, And he told me where to go and who to talk to. I started working in that, and I found that I liked it and I was good at it. Learn to take a deep breath once in a while. Learn to walk away. Start becoming a little more comfortable with some silence. Sometimes you just need a quiet moment to yourself to deal with the stress. I don't work out. I don't have the best of diets, so I can't tell somebody to go work out and change your diet when I'm not doing it myself. But I do take a moment to take a deep breath. That helps me out a lot. Well, it is a people field. And do I encourage someone to join? No. When I recruit, I'm honest with people when they come to a program, and I explain them, this is your book. This is what you'll be reading. I explain to them all the different aspects about the program and what it entails, and I allow them to make their own decisions. If they decide, okay, I want to do this, the next day when they come into class, we start. But I don't encourage anyone, listen, don't go to plumbing, go to EMS. Plumbers make more money. Don't be an electrician, become EMS. Electricians make more money. I tell them, if you're coming into this, please understand it's not for the money. But it is a lot of work. Some of them quit after the first day. They realize this is a lot, and it's not for me, and I'm okay with that. I'm lucky that I'm on multiple emails for different agencies, so when there's something that's new, I get it right away. When I have to change a lecture or change the material, I have to research it, so I have to look up what was recent, what happened last, any updates. I talk to the doc. I call my medical director. I said, listen, we're doing a lecture. I want to make sure I have the right material. I explain what I need. He'll send it to me in what he considers a timely fashion. But that's how we stay current. It's not by word of mouth. Just because you said it doesn't make it true. I have to read it and I have to look at it, because it might have been true last year, but it may not be true today. Being a father, a grandfather, I think the fact that I've been married the majority of my adult life makes me feel special. I have 4 children, 10 grandchildren. So I'm happy to see that I have family. So family means a lot to me. I don't lie to them. From the first day they walk in, I tell them the truth. I don't lie to them. They don't lie to me. And because you don't like the truth doesn't mean it's not the truth. It means you don't like it. I don't lie to them. Lying, hiding, covering it up. Just be honest. Listen, I made a mistake. You learn from your mistakes. And people respect you when you make a mistake and you say, I'm sorry, and you correct it. They don't respect you when you lie and hide and try to avoid what you think is going to happen. Nobody's going to kill you. You made a mistake. I actually have a sense of humor. I just don't bring it to work. As far as EMTs, I see them getting more equipment, being able to help and assist and carry more drugs than we currently carry. Over the last 30 years, we got glucose, we got glucometers. I'm giving epitropium bromide. When I first started, I had to call for medics if I wanted a butyrol. I had to call for medics for epi. I was hoping the patient had it because we didn't have it. So I can see, small leaps in 10 or 15 year increments, maybe even as much as 5 year increments. In 5 years, we're getting something new, another piece of equipment, more training, more ability to help a patient now rather than wait till later. I think BMCC will probably be in that because you have the equipment that can transition an EMT into a paramedic. And once it goes into protocol, you guys have everything lined up. I think it'll be rare to be an EMT. It'll be more popular to be a paramedic. Yeah, I think if you put in the amount of work that you do as a paramedic, and in some programs are 10 months, a year, some programs are 2 years old, you should leave with a degree, some college credit. So now I want to be a PA or a nurse. It should carry over 100%, 30 credits. Whatever I have should carry over 100% because it's time consuming, it's patient care, it's field experience. You can take a class and get 30 credits and not do anything with it, but we don't. We take a class, we get credit, or if we can get credit, we put it to work. We save lives. We change. There's a bunch of people watching their kids get married thanks to paramedics, and had another Christmas thanks to paramedics. That means something. They should be rewarded and have those credits move forward in their educational career. He has to care. It doesn't matter if you're an EMT or paramedic, you have to care. When you don't want to come into work anymore, please don't. Please don't. If you woke up that morning, I don't want to go to work, don't come to work. But if you come to work, you're coming to care, you're coming to listen, and it might be another call, but every call is different. And it might be very similar, but it's not. And it could be the same person, but they're not calling you for the same reason. If you come to work, come enjoy it and spend time. But if you don't want to go to work that morning, please don't come to work. Communication, learning how to talk, express yourself, learn to listen. I think cell phones are great. I didn't realize that texting was going to go to the extreme that nobody talks anymore. They send an emoji and they type. I found out that if I use capital letters, I'm yelling now. I really believe people have lost the skills to talk. You got young men, they don't know how to talk to the elderly or the geriatrics because they weren't involved and they don't listen to their grandparents. And you got older people that are disconnected from the youth or the younger generation, so they don't know. It's not just a one-way street. It's not young people don't know how to talk. Old people don't know how to talk. There's a big gap in communication and listening. That would be a skill in itself. People ask me, like, what have I done? And I'm there like, I've seen babies get born. I've seen people pushed out of windows, pushed out of trains. I mean, I was born and raised in New York. Nothing changed when I joined EMS. I still see babies being born. My biggest accomplishment is getting a class to finish, and 10 years later, seeing them be promoted to paramedic, promoted to captain, lieutenant. My current chief was a student here at BMCC. He was my student, and he is currently my chief at the Bureau of Training. The student sitting in those chairs in room 777. He is my boss. He became an instructor. I was his boss. When he became a lieutenant, he was my boss. But now he is now chief of the academy, and he still respects me. He still calls me sir, and I still call him sir. I treat him with the same respect from the day I met him till now. Nothing's changed. I got a lot of chiefs and captains that I've taught over the last 30 years. Just go to work. If I can create a generation where people just come to work to do their job and enjoy it, I think that'd be great. I told them, listen, if I ever pass away, God forbid, and you guys want to hold the service, just tell them, Gil wants you to go to work. Don't go to the service. Just go to work. That would be my legacy. Oh, when I go, don't go to the funeral. Just go to work. And he'll be happy. And I think I would.